Well, hello, this is Rochelle and welcome to my channel. Today I am going to be creating, because I really need to create, but I'm going to be creating in my Archer and Olive craft dot journal. It's got craft pages and I'm just going all out. I'm going to be doing all the things. So I did some embossing using some Versamark ink and white embossing powder, and then I'm going to take that same kind of background stamp and do a navy blue embossing. So I'm using some printables by his palette. I'm using some stamps that I got in old magazines when magazines still came with stamps. I don't know, it doesn't come here with stamps anymore. Anyways, so yes, old stamps. I'm using embossing. I'm going to be using some elements from the Selah Art box collection. She's gotten, or she did a little box. Well, I'm saying little box. This box was jam-packed, and if you didn't catch it, go check the unboxing. It is amazing, and I'm going to be using some of those elements today as well. I also stamped and embossed on trace paper, which I find a more cost-effective alternative to vellum. So works the same in my opinion, just way more cost-effective. And then kind of just kiss cutting, or yeah, sort of kiss cutting, I would say. Ghost cutting the leaves, and I'm going to be layering them in between as well. So these two birds with the floral arrangements are from his palette. I absolutely love her printables. They lean towards mixed media, which makes it very easy. You can just create some sort of a background and put her printables on top, and it's just, it looks world-class every single time, and it's definitely not necessarily my doing. So yes, fussy cutting or kiss cutting those leaves. With leaves and feathers, I find it easier to kind of connect the dots. So cut the outline first, connecting the points to each other, and then kind of snipping zigzag in the feathers or the leaves, so that you don't have to turn the little page every single time, or little piece of paper every single time, to get in and out between those leaves. So this then is the box that I was speaking about by Selah Art Creations. And if you haven't checked her out, she just turned 1. So her product, Selah Art, has just had its first birthday on the 17th of July. And she really is a blessing to the community here in South Africa, and I hope and pray for her international success, and just that everyone share in her vision. And she shared a bit of a vision on her birthday, why she started doing the things that she's doing, and I love it. I love the heart of it. It really is just a blessing, an absolute blessing, to have such beautiful hearts in our community as well. So yes, you can see I took some of the goodies from envelopes, I took some of the goodies out of envelopes, and I'm going to just be layering, because like I said, I absolutely needed to create something, and I didn't necessarily need it to make a whole lot of sense, which in the end it really leaned or showed me to this psalm that I'm going to be using, and these birds just kind of harmonized with that, in that it speaks about the song of our hearts. And yes, so using my trusty Tombow, I don't squeeze the bottle when I use it, so I literally just kind of let whatever's on the top run out ever so slightly, because this ink does get very sticky once it's dry. So I would recommend not messing it out from under your elements, because it will stick to whatever it then touches. Not necessarily permanently so, but definitely very sticky. Okay, so just adding all of these layers, and as I'm putting down this seal, wax seal, I'm thinking to myself, I'm probably going to regret it, because writing on top of such like on the other sides of the page, on top of such dimensions, sometimes become a little bit difficult, but that's okay. This is the Fine Tech metallic paints, and the specific color is pewter, and I'm in love. Like, I just love how it resisted from the embossing, and then kind of showed up obviously on the paper. So it really did add exactly the elements that I needed to make this kind of page look like one, and not just these two little spots on my page corners that needed to be filled. So just really absolutely enjoyed this entire process, layering all these elements, having just a stack of fun doing it, and meditating. We so easily let our minds ponder on pretty much everything else. Like, if there's a thing you can find to worry about, you probably will find it and worry about it. But for me, this really was an opportunity and a time to just not not overthink absolutely everything I do, and just really have a lot of fun with it, getting back into the groove of things. Sometimes a mixed media, kind of messy, using all the stuff, a layout is exactly what you need. And so I just grabbed some alphas, also by Selah Art. These alpha die cuts are just absolutely beautiful. I love using them. I love the white on top of the craft color. I think it just pops absolutely. And I think, well, I know that some people thought that it was stamping looking at the end product, but it isn't. It's these beautiful alpha die cuts by, or I wouldn't say die cuts, I don't know, she cut them with her brother. Yay, brother scan and cut. There you go. So a lot of mumbling, not a lot of rambling here, but I did want to bring it through to this psalm and how meaningful it is to me. And if you don't know, I'm a firm believer of instructing myself, because sometimes my mental game is very dark. It leans to depression really quick. So there are very definite times when I have to speak to myself, and where I have to instruct myself to sing the praises of the Lord. And he did. He put a new song in my heart, and I will sing it. I'm not going to ponder on the negative things. I'm going to keep that out of my mind. And it's not brainwashing. It really is just when those thoughts come, that you choose an alternative to it, that you choose to take this new song that the Lord has put in our hearts and sing it out loud. So I'm using just some white gelato to kind of wax the, or how would you put it? I don't know, wax the certain elements. I just took my finger and put it over those elements, and yes, there's that. Adding a little bit of an outline and calling it a page. I really love this. It was so much fun. Thanks for joining. See you soon. Bye-bye.